Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's wisdom will be coming from out of Second Corinthians chapter number 7, verse number 1. That's 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. It said, having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of flesh and spirit, and perfect holiness in the fear of God. Today I want to talk about God's standard. What God accepts, what is pleasing in the sight of God. Paul talks about the promises of God and about how believers ought to purify their lives and how they ought to continue to perfect holiness in the fear of God. He said, having therefore these promises. Of course, the promise he's talking about are the promise that he made in chapter number 6, verse 17 and 18, as they would surrender their life to God and separate from things that are not pleasing to God and experience the salvation of God. God will give them favor, and of course, if they would be in fellowship, he would be their father and they would be their son and daughter. Of course, these are the promises of God. So he says, dearly beloved, as if they're getting married, he says, this is what you have to do. You have to purify yourself from all filthiness of flesh and of the spirit. Of course, God tells us to be holy because he is holy. He wants us to cleanse ourselves. And so often many of us, we clean the outside, but we never ever clean the inside. And so often we judge the sins of the prodigal son and we never deal with the other brother. But God don't want us to just be clean on the outside. God says, I want you to be clean on the inside. I want you to be clean body, spirit, and I want you to be clean in your soul. Of course, he says, and I want you to perfect holiness in the fear of God. I want you to perfect holiness. Perfection simply means I want you to do it until you come to the completion of it. I want you to finish it. And so it's not finished when you show up on Sunday, then you live any kind of way during the week. He says we have to do it every day, and we're doing it in the fear of God, in the reverence and respect of God. Of course, we say, let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, because you are my strength and you are my redeemer. Meaning that God is a spirit, and we worship him in spirit and in truth, and God is everywhere. And so therefore we ought to not just set a standard on Sunday, but we ought to set a standard every day of our life. I pray the word of God truly has blessed you on today. As always, today will be better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better than today. Why? Because I will strive to live better, be better, and do better. I am happy, healthy, and holy. God's standard.